Hi, the V family around the world. Greetings. Today, I just want to talk about the journey of an IR. We all have been through this particular journey. That means the day when you sign up. Do you remember the day you signed up? It's the most unbelievable day. The day you are super excited, passionate, and you think that everything is going to be possible. And I just remembered my first day in my life in Qnet, in this business. We are so excited and everything looks to be possible. But what happens immediately after that is so important for any particular IR in his journey that many of us don't really give so much of seriousness to that. Now let's imagine you sign up a particular prospect today and then he signs up. For example, today is a Saturday. All right. Now the next question is, what happens to the individual immediately in the next 2-3 days coming forward? Now Saturday, he is gung-ho, he is super excited, he is on top of the world, he thinks everything is possible. And by any chance, if the upline, let's say upline is me, and I'm not excusing, but I'm busy with something and I just kind of forget him, in my mind space, and then my next meeting with him could not be immediately or the next day, which is a Sunday. We all networkers are busy life. We have so many things to do, and we kind of tend to not prioritize this immediately. Now, just look at what happens to him. That particular IR, he is so excited, he cannot control his excitement and passion. Can you stop him? Cannot. You remember your journey. I remember my journey. When I got the presentation and I got signed up, I was on top of the world and I thought that everything is possible. And when I reach home, guess what? The first person you meet, you straight away start telling this business from your point of angle what you understood. Will that be right? No, of course, right? It won't be, because it is just out of excitement I am explaining the guy. And then there are higher chances, or what are the chances of that particular meeting or that presentation, what this IR will be doing without meeting you after the sign up? Could be positive, but high chances he could get a negative feedback. Could be rejection, could be that this industry is a scam, could be about this company. Do I have a control over it? No, I cannot control, you cannot control. So what happens to the IR? His belief level, which was right up here when he started on Saturday, Sunday, he goes to the first person, second person on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Each reaction what he gets, what response he gets, that determines his belief level. Hopefully it's positive, but we don't have a control on what the world tells him. I hope you are able to understand what I'm trying to tell you. If you guys can imagine like you have a toy, like a soft toy, what your kids play around with in the house, like a Spider-Man, which we can inflate. Now let's say the Spider-Man is an IR, right? And it's fully blown, and on that day, he's fully blown and he can stand on his feet and he's just firm. Now this Spider-Man who is fully there, he just goes to the market, to his prospects, and he talks to the people. The feedback what he gets, let's say one guy says network marketing is a scam. Now how does that play a role in his confidence? Let me show you. If it's a Spider-Man, this response is like a small pin. A pin? A small pin, and that Spider-Man is there and the pin comes and pokes a hole. And that hole cannot be seen, but the air is going out. It's going out. And that's on a Sunday. Monday, when he goes to next person, without your information, because I am busy. I have so many other downlines meeting up, sign-ups, and this poor guy, he's lost and I don't have this meeting with him. So now this next IR, next prospect, whoever he talks to, also comes with a pin and pokes a hole. Right? There's 2 holes in his so-called Spider-Man body. So suddenly 2-3 days or 4 days into his life, he's got holes everywhere. And the air is just going out. And suddenly on Friday you remember, oh my God, I have to call the Spider-Man. Let me call him. Then you call, hey, where are you? I need to meet you for the meeting number 1 or the welcome meeting. So can you imagine the level he comes to meet you? He will be completely lost, deflated, full of negativity. He lost passion, belief, and you try to pump air in him. You try to pump air, but still the holes are there. So what should be done? What you should do is from day one, Saturday when you sign up, Sunday, pop, or immediately Saturday, meet him. Tell him what is required, what is the 8 building blocks, what is your system in your team, what you follow. All right? He should be given that introduction and tell him that I am with you every day, all right, throughout this journey. So he feels confident and he won't do anything without your approval. So in this way, Spider-Man goes, even if he gets a hole, you are able to see and feel that hole because he'll come back to you. So your meeting with him will be like a band-aid on his body. There's a hole, but he attached a band-aid. Hole, a band-aid. So it's the first meeting, the first 7 days after an IR signs up is the most critical part in making sure that we have this activation happening so that our growth happens, that guy doesn't lose his momentum, his belief level is high. So let me remind you again, this 7 days of this IR in his life, if you take care of him, you will definitely have a person who is going to max out in his entire journey in Qnet. That's how critical is it. I know many of you understand this, but in our busy life, we just tend to forget the seriousness of the first 2-3 days. This 3 days, even 4 days is so critical. You need to meet him and explain him and be with him, hold his hands and make sure that he continues this journey. Be with him for his first presentation. Be with him for his first follow-up. Be with him for his first sign-up. Tell him what it takes. Tell him your experience. Tell him the rejection. It's all part and parcel of this business. So if you can do that, then you have a partner for life. He will never forget you and he will understand that this is normal. We all have gone through this. All right? So please take care of your Spider-Man. Please take care of your downline immediately the first 7 days, because 7 days is most critical than anything else. All right, guys? So I hope you build a strong network based on this fundamental principle that the first 7 days is so critical for a new IR who is signing up. And I'm sure that if you do that, you will have a huge team around the world with all the systems what we have. You are practicing individually in your team, but don't forget your Spider-Man.